I'm thinking like Johnny Bravo. I I was going to call these the insanity of the world, part 2, part 1, part 6, part 10, part 15. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to start calling it the daily update, because I guess I'm a strange individual because I just love watching. I call it watching the world burn, because every day I just kind of gotta watch what's going on, and it's more entertaining to me than, well, I do watch a good movie, and I've been watching that woke Star Trek series on Paramount Plus Discovery, which actually I've kind of enjoyed it, but I'm sorry, I don't enjoy watching the guys kiss the guys, but hey, it is what it is. So well, let's get into the most important news story of the day, is that Russia is moving their nukes into the silos. Another escalation in the war. And I just wanted to get the Ukraine war. I think that's probably the most important thing that's going on in the world today. So the other thing was that I found very interesting is that they are basically fuel trucks. Like I told you that the northern part of Ukraine is frozen, all right? So what they're doing is they're moving a lot of their fuel supplies into Belarus. So that tells me they're definitely planning a northern front to the war. So that's gonna be taking place. I'm just guessing early January. We should see a major kickoff. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I watch Russian television, RT. I mean, if you got a VPN, you can watch the things going on around the world outside of the United States. Or there's a lot of good channels on YouTube, and I always, the Canadian Prepper. I tell you, I love him on YouTube, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, you just kind of go out there and you disseminate what's going on and try to make the best sense out of it that you can. Because I'm fascinated by the Ukraine war because, well, that's been my life. I fought in 2 wars, so what the hell? And I feel for what those troops are going through. I mean, I don't think that, people here in the United States are pampered. And I do think war's coming here eventually. Hopefully not in my lifetime, but I think eventually the gunboats are going to be on the shores. You've got, well, good Lord, the numbers that are coming across the border now. I don't even know what in the hell are the Democrats thinking about bringing all these people across the border, and the number of fentanyl deaths at 300,000. I mean, and the Democrats are all for it. They all want an open border. I mean, but the thing that I found today, and when I say they're for it, I just think they're ignorant. I just think they're stupid. They don't know what's going on, and I'm going to give you the example, all right? So today, I was at the doctor's office, and we're going to talk about that here in just a second. And so I texted my wife. I said, that Fauci idiot, Elon says, remember the tweet? What was he? He said, prosecute Fauci. I was like, that was the most beautiful tweet ever. Oh my God, he dissed everybody. I tell you what, I'm enjoying Elon Musk more than anything I'm even on Twitter. I got on there last night and I was tweeting around. I was commenting on stuff, and I mean, my God, and of course I would love to be on Truth Social, and I'm just getting no traction on Parler whatsoever. I do continue to put stuff up there, and I've got 85,000 followers on Parler, but I don't know what's going on. I get no notifications. It's like nobody is commenting on any of my videos or anything that I post on Parler. Whereas Twitter, I'm starting to see people comment on it. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the wife. So she responds back. She goes, Fauci is a hero. He saved we had 200,000 deaths in the United States. He saved America. Thank God she's my ex-wife, right? I mean, if you believe that. Oh my God, I got some swampland in Florida to sell to you. This son of a bitch killed 2 million people, in my opinion, but I mean, because of his gain-of-function research. Wow, YouTube might take, well, I'm not monetized, so I don't care about monetization. I just hope I don't get another strike for saying these things. But I mean, my goodness. I mean, there's ample evidence that not the NIH or the CDC. They were funneling money through, what is it, Ecosystems or whatever that damn company was, and they were sending money over to Wuhan to do gain-of-function research, and now there's a tremendous amount of evidence that the virus came out of the lab there and then killed 2 million people around the world. Do you think Fauci didn't have a hand in that? And then he told the country to lock down. At first it was no mask, then it was mask. I mean, the guy's contradicted himself all over the place, and my wife thinks, my ex-wife, thank God she's my ex-wife, thinks he's a hero. I guess this is the Democrat hive mind. And this is where I have a hard time dealing with people, because, you know, you get out there. I mean, I met a woman at the VFW, and I was talking about the jab, and that there's evidence coming out that, well, you know, there are people that have had problems. Okay, let's just say that. I'm trying to skirt the YouTube algorithm so that I don't say the wrong thing. I don't need another strike. I'd like to keep my channel. But anyway, and she just goes, well, I'm getting my booster to my booster to my booster to my booster to my booster. I said, well, how many boosters do you think? And everybody I know that's got the vaccine has been infected more times than I've only been infected once. I had the original version of the alpha variant. I guess that's what they called it. Thank God I did. I haven't been sick since. I've never worn a mask. I've never cared, you know. I'm not saying that masks aren't effective. They are a wonderful tool, according to YouTube. You wear 3 masks. Wear 10 masks. I mean, put a freaking cellophane bag over your head. That's what I encourage you to do. Get out there, you know, whatever floats your boat. I don't give a crap. I just believe in individual freedom. Okay, so we got back to Ukraine. Now, I haven't got the update on the battle that's taking place in northern Ukraine yet. I will get to that later tonight. Maybe I'll make a second video. I'm kind of enjoying this. But these are the things, I mean, all right. Why do you want to watch that cybersecurity guy? All right. So, you know, I've been telling you, stock market's going to crash. Real estate market's going to crash. The dollar's going to crash. Inflation's going to continue. And everybody just wants to bury their head in the sand. If you're watching this, then you are among the 0.001% of the people in the world that know what the hell is going on. All right, and so we saw, what, a 700-point drop today in the stock market? That's nothing, man. It's going to get cut in. It's not going to get cut in half. It's going to get cut down probably about to a third. Now, at that time, that is going to be a good time to invest in the stock market. And so what have I been doing? And I just, because I want to help you. I'm trying to help you, all right? So I've put a lot, well, what limited money that I have, of course, I've been investing in precious metals, and I've been telling you to do that all along. And right now they're doing extremely well. And I've been telling you about mining stocks. Buy the mining stocks. And in fact, I did a video. If you want to go back, I gave you all the ticker symbols that I was investing in. This is not financial advice. I got to say that on YouTube. This is just what I'm doing, okay? And so I've got limit buys on all of these mining stocks, but especially the junior miners. By the way, they're extremely risky. You're going to lose all your money. But blow my mind. Okay, now, do you understand what a limit buy is? Is you just set the price below what I usually set it a couple pennies below what it's selling for at market value, and then hope that if it drops, I pick it up, right? And you hope it's not dropping because the company's going out of business, which has happened to me. Okay, that does happen with limit buys. Sometimes you pick it up on the way down and then boom, it goes all the way down. And you're like, son of a gun, I guess I shouldn't have placed that limit buy. So you don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. I'm just telling you to sprinkle a little bit here, sprinkle a little bit there. You never know. If you get that 100 bagger, that makes up for all of the 10 baggers or the 0 baggers, the negative 100 baggers that you might have had. Anyway, so what happened today? What happened today? I didn't pick up one single new position. 700-point drop in the stock market. I've got limit buys. I probably got about 10 or 15 limit buys across the board on mining stocks in the silver and gold, platinum, lithium, You name it, any mining company that I think's up and coming that I've watched on YouTube. I've given you all the ticker symbols in a previous video. I'm not going to do that again. Maybe in a future video. I didn't pick up one buy. I'm astounded. I usually when the stock market drops, you got to understand how mutual funds work, or even the hedge funds. Because of the drop in the market, they have to sell off positions to cover all of those losses. That usually means that across the board, the stock market drops. I didn't pick up one position. I can't believe it. And I've got literal buys, pennies below what they were selling for. That tells me that the mining sector's turning around. I mean, if that isn't evidence, I mean, when you have a 700-point stock drop and I don't pick up one single buy, man, okay. So let's get on to a completely different topic, because we talked about Ukraine. I've talked about investing. We talked about silver and gold till I beat you blue in the face that, it's still a good time to buy. So by the way, I was seeing the ratio on silver to gold. Now, okay, let's get back to investing. What are my future plans? Because I'm not good with real estate. And you got to own assets. And what assets, or develop a product. I'm not good at obviously, I've tried to develop a product, and I probably will again. I tried to write a cybersecurity book. I published it. It went nowhere. My marketing skills were zero. And at that time, I ran out of money. So you can develop a product. If you watch Johnny Bravo, you can swing trade the market. That's not a skill that I've got, and it's not something. I mean, that takes a lot. It takes work. I mean, it's just like going to school. I mean, do I want to go to a 4-year college? I mean, I'm sure that I've watched Johnny Bravo's videos. He's on YouTube. That I could probably learn to trade that. But no, I'm more of a Warren Buffett type of person. And by the way, Warren Buffett's not doing too good right now, but with his investments. But because everything that he's in is going down. Thank God I'm not in that stock no more. But I will buy it again. I mean, I do believe in his investment strategy, which is a buy and hold. But now is not the time to be into that. And by the way, I haven't checked my investments. I was betting against the stock market, and I lost a lot of money because I bet against the stock market too soon. But there are ETFs. Maybe that'll be a future video. There are ETFs that you can buy into that bet against the stock market. And even though we've had a 700-point drop, I think we're going to see much bigger drops probably within the next 6 months, let's say. So that'll be another investment option for you. But anyway, I was getting back to what I'm going to do. So right now, the ratio between gold and silver is at $71. Okay, it was at like 90 something. I mean, it was insane. Now, the historic ratio is 15 to 1 or 30 to 1, So when the ratio of gold to silver comes down to, let's say, 30 to 1, I'm going to be converting my silver into gold, or I might have to just sell it just to pay the bills. You don't know. I mean, the future looks pretty bleak, and I've got enough money, but I mean, I will tell you, yeah, I'm financially constrained. So let's get into that scenario. And maybe you guys would know something about this, because, the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing when it's not improving your results. I think there was some Einstein or somebody that said something like that. That's kind of my slant on it. So I got approved for 15 more physical therapy sessions through the VA. But what they were doing was they would shock my back with these electrodes, and then they'd give me a massage, which I tell you, I mean, it helped a lot after that break in my neck and the surgery. They had to slit down those muscles and everything. But I'm getting very limited benefits from that. So I've decided to pursue some alternate treatments. And I've been approved, like I said, for 15 physical therapy sessions. And so I'm looking at this, and I'm not recommending this. This is no way. I don't know anything about this. It's a work in progress. And this is another thing that worries me about these people, because they'd wasted my time today. I had to drive into their office, and all they did was tell me, okay, they could have just told me over the phone. you've been approved by Medicare, and you still have to pay a $65 copay each time you come in. And we're going to get you into our experimental, I assume it's experimental, I don't know, but it's called, I'm not trying to diss them. I don't know anything about it. I'm hoping, if it works, I hope this is a good advertisement for them, right? So it's called Central Florida Spine and Injury. And so they've got this device. I have no idea. It's called rebuildermedical.com. And it's supposed to be, well, what the doc was telling me is that it shocks the nerves because, you know, my hands are still numb, feet are still numb, other problems. And so he's saying that if we stimulate those nerve endings, assuming I don't have 85% damage, which I'm hoping I don't, I guess, you know, what are you going to do? Like somebody going to cut me open again and look at the nerves? That if I buy this device, the device costs $1,000, but the treatments would have been $7,000 out of pocket. Now, like I said, Medicare will pay some of it. And then, of course, I'm in the process of trying to get the VA to help me with some of this. I don't know if they will or won't. They might think that these people are charlatans. And so I'm just investigating these things. And so that's what I'm telling you. As far as medical stuff goes, I mean, you got to look into alternative strategies here. I mean, they've got the Rebuilder, they got infrared light, and they got the pulsed electronic magnetic field. I mean, it sounds like hocus pocus, but it seems to me, you know, just knowing how nerves work, because they're really basically electrical impulses, right? So if I hook up an electrical device to he says what it's going to do is it's just going to send a charge across my legs and back to the other foot, and it'll, you know, stimulate those nerve endings, and perhaps it'll regenerate. So that's it. That's it for this video. I mean, I just kind of wanted to talk about everything I'm seeing in the world. I mean, I hope you're prepared as best you can. You know, 4Patriots, they don't sponsor me. 4patriots.com/Turley. If you want to try to get some food, I recommend you getting a 3-month supply from them. But other YouTube channels are recommending that. You know, Patriot Mobile. You hear them advertised all the time. I don't know. I'm right now, I hate to say it, I'm feeding the machine. I'm with Google Fi for my cell phone coverage, and that's bad, but I like them because it's only $25 a month as long as I don't use data. If I use over 2 gig of data, that price goes up. But in Patriot Mobile, I think, last I heard, was $40 a month. But I don't use my cell phone. You know, if you use your cell phone a lot, you would never want to go with Google Fi. Now, they do have a full pay plan. I think it's much more expensive. I couldn't give you the price. But if you're going to go that route, if you need unlimited data or whatever, I would recommend Patriot Mobile, and because it sounds like they do contribute to conservative causes. But that's it. I mean, doesn't that blow your mind that my ex-wife, thank God, my ex-wife, thinks Fauci is still a hero? How many Democrats out there still think Fauci's a hero? I mean, this is how uninformed the world is. Anyway, peace out, stay free, and it's good to live in the free state of Florida. Under the great leadership of Governor DeSantis. Oh, that's the last story. God dang it. I'm sorry. Oh, man, I want to shut up. DeSantis, I tell you what, man, that guy is my hero. We've convened a panel here in Florida with a lot of people who've had problems with the jab. And so they're going to investigate all of that. And they're pushing back against certainly the mandates. So it should be interesting to see where that goes. And it was wonderful to see DeSantis. I don't know who his crew is. 100 screens behind him and people all talking. They were all applauding, you know, that we're gonna conduct this investigation into the jab. Should prove very interesting. Florida's leading the way, people. Florida's leading the way.